It's recording, should be good.
Hi, my name is Javier. I eat ass. So does this guy, and so does that guy.
Okay, so... I don't even know how to say it. Okay. So I'm Billy, Javier.
Oh, we're so rusty.
Hey guys, Lucas, Billy, and Javier here, and today we are going to be talking about the 5 best moves. These aren't like the most overpowered, these are just what we enjoy, whether it's based on power, its potential, it's how it looks, whatever criteria we want, that's how we rate them. And we're not actually going to rank all of them.
But we will tell you our favorite
number
one.
one. Yeah, the favorite one, the best one. So, starting off, let's go to Javier.
One of my favorite moves, I'm gonna have to probably start off with the 108-pound Phoenix.
And what is that from?
Yeah.
From One Piece?
So, what about it? Describe why it gets you, why it gets to you.
Just cause, like, he has to, like, you know, how should I say it? Just, like, he needs to, like, really know himself to, like, be able to do the move, right? I mean, you get what I'm saying, Billy?
I feel you. Like, kind of focus down and just...
Yeah.
Just
that's
feel, like, literally feel the sword.
Yes.
Within the anime, like, pre-time skip, they don't really have any, what they call, flying sword moves.
Yeah.
So that's, like, one of the first times you get to see it, but then it evolves.
Yeah, he needs to be one with the sword, basically, you know? He needs to, like, really focus, and that's, I don't know, that's what I really like about it, because he kind of, like, blocks everything else out, and he just focuses on the move. I don't know, when he executes it, it's like...
Muy bueno.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moves is from an anime called Noragami, which basically revolves around gods, essentially. Gods of something, like gods of sleep, gods of rest, gods of war, things like that. And so this guy, he basically has his henchman, which turns into a sword. And that sword holds a little special property of, like, sealing demons. And when he seals, like, these demons, essentially, he says, "Rend."
Okay, yeah.
It's kind of like a
finishing.
A finishing, yeah.
It's
just so clean. When he says it, he has this whole monologue before killing a demon. He just like.
Rend.
This is the land of the rising sun. Your desecration shall not be allowed. Hear me. I am the god Yato. I now lay thee waste with the Seki and expel thy vast defilement. I cleanse thee. Rend!
So clean.
Muy spicy.
Yeah.
Mine's is kind of basic, but like I want to get the Kamehameha on here. I want to get the instant translation on here. They're both cool and they're both basic in their own ways. But combine them, instant transmission Kamehameha. I think that's like one of the lower ones for me. And basically, it's because you don't see Goku use it all the time, right? It's a variation in a smart way of the Kamehameha, because you're always like, oh, they're charging up the blast, just hit him in the face, right? And, oh, they're charging up the blast towards the planet, they're gonna blow a hole through the planet. And it, like, solves both those things. You're getting hit, you know, you could be somewhere else, you're not doing a direct attack. It just mixes up the Kamehameha in all the ways you would expect it to, and it should be able to. So I think it's just a cool little variant on the Kamehameha.
My second move, also... It's pretty basic, because, you know, main character. But Jajunkin, I don't know if I said that right.
Hunter.
Oh, Hunter x Hunter. Oh, Hunter.
Yeah.
What I really like about it is, like, powering it up. It just looks, just because, you know, he goes to, like, literally every syllable when he's powering it up. And then that last hit, it's fucking filthy. And then it's fire, right? Yeah.
Well, isn't there, like, 3 different types? There's,
I
like,
thought it explodes.
This is the rocket and there's paper,
scissors. Yeah, the rock, paper, scissors, yeah. But yeah, nah, that's what I swear each one of them was like rock, paper, scissors.
It was like the paper, or the scissors. One of them is like a flying one, one of them's a close range one. They all do like different types.
He uses it in different situations. I don't remember that one, but like it was good. It was good. Okay. That's all that matters.
I'm gonna have a variant of the Kamehameha.
Oh, really?
Which, yeah, so... I think it's better. It's from Katekyo Hitman Reborn.
Oh,
so it's the anime that I'm watching right now.
Yeah.
Right? The basic premise is that everyone has some sort of resolve or some sort of regret, and by channeling that resolve, basically ignite fire with, you know, special exceptions. And our main character basically learns to expel fire from his hands because originally he wanted to do that, but he realized that if he did, all like his whole body moves, right?
Yeah.
How he like copes with this is that he puts one hand behind him and then one hand in front. A soft flame in the back, a hard flame in the front to like blast, right?
Uh-huh.
And then he goes BAM!
Yeah.
But it's like I think why I like it better than the Kamehameha is the sound effect. In Dragon Ball Z, you hear that same sound effect a lot of times, like the lightning.
Yeah,
and
okay.
While in this one, it's it's crisp. It sounds like you're punching styrofoam, but you put a mic right next to it. It sounds like it's like strong.
Yeah.
And I like it a lot better. It's just a better beam power.
Yeah, it impacts you.
Yeah.
It feels good. It feels clean.
Yeah.
I feel it. So this is also lower on my list, partially because of the anime. Obviously, I don't really like Black Clover. But I have to give its props because the Dark Dimension, what is it, Slash? Yeah. Dark Dimension Slash, that move, for me, it's purely off looks. Also, it's awesome, like, concept and the idea that you're cutting through a dimension, you know, like that has so many implications for what that can do. But just like the sound of the move, the way everything is perfectly splits and the different colors and everything, I don't know, it feels so clean, it feels so precise and perfect, and I love the range of it, that it's just kind of like it's not infinitely, but seemingly feels like infinitely. The range of the sword extends so far out, you know, that it makes it extremely deadly. I don't know, I just really connected with me. It's the only move in Black Clover that like I enjoy in that whole show. So I think, you know, it deserves a little place on the lower end of my list.
Up there on my list, top 3, Shinra Tensei. Shinra Tensei, I really love it just because it comes from Pain, my favorite character in Naruto. It affects like the Hidden Leaf Village, and you've been watching the Hidden Leaf Village from the beginning. You've basically, you know, seen what it's like to live there. I mean, obviously you're not living there, but you know. Basically, you see like the culture surrounding you and, you know, the way of life there. And then Pain literally just like obliterates it. It just like the fight and everything just makes it, I don't know, it just makes it a very, very, very meaningful move.
I think why it's really cool is because like you said, we've been in this like Hidden Leaf Village environment this whole time, and to like see it finally change and shift the complete tone of the whole anime, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. And then you got to see like the aftermath too.
Yeah.
And something that also makes it really special is that you only ever see it once.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you might see it again, but it's like, it was in filler, right?
Not like, well, he does it, like, he technically does it all the time when he's, like, pushing and pulling
yeah.
But I mean, like...
to that extent.
Like, to that extent, the huge one where he destroys a whole village.
Shinra Tensei.
Every other noise is blocked out except him saying Shinra Tensei.
Oh my god.
And it just adds to the intensity of it. It just sounds so...
When you think about the move, right? Okay, think about Rasengan. Technically, anyone can learn Rasengan.
Yeah.
Shadow Clone, Chidori. Like, technically, people can learn all these moves. But Shinra Tensei, you have to have a Rinnegan. So, like, the people who've had this move, Madara, Sasuke, but you get what I'm saying, like, this is an extremely rare move that, like, one in like, a multiple generation would even have, you know, and be able to master to this point, so it's hard not to say this is one of the best moves, you know?
Honestly, I think I ranked this lower than the last one, but it's also from One Piece, surprise, surprise, and it's also from Zoro. So I'm gonna go with Zoro's signature move before time skip, Onigiri. Or AKA the Demon Slash. It's one of his moves that he uses throughout literally every episode that you get to see him. I think I'm just biased towards it.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those Rasengan and Chidori moves where it's just like it's used a lot, but if it connects with you, it's just the move, you know.
And that goes up for all the variants too, when he puts hockey on his sword and does it or whatever. I don't know all that yet, but it's just a cool move.
And for me, you know, at this point, I think I can confidently rank them in my top 3. Number 3, Amaterasu.
Oh shit! Hey! Fuck!
Obviously, infinitely burning flame. Whatever you look at, as long as obviously the person isn't like incredibly fast, it lights them on fire. And just the implications of the move. there's very few ways to counter it, right? Naruto's able to counter it just because he has the 9 tails, he's able to use the chakra and then throw it off, right? But think about it in this way, right? Sasuke pulls out a sword, Amaterasu on a sword. Now he has a flaming sword. Starts hitting people with the sword, they're all on fire.
Does he ever do that?
He doesn't ever do that. And the reason he doesn't do it is because it's overpowered.
Well, there was 2 ways of it going out. It wasn't it like either he had to stop it, or the thing that was being burned had to like completely.
And like the only way you could counter that is like if someone's like, "Oh, fire makes me stronger," like some BS like that, like very specific scenarios. Like, so I just think it's for utility. It's one of the most destructive and underutilized jutsus that someone can use.
Yeah, I think it's also like one of the most diverse. Oh, because there are multiple forms it can take too, isn't it? Isn't there one where Sasuke can expel the fire?
Yep. Yeah, there's multiple ways you can use the fire, just like Billy was just saying. He can do that one thing where he had all the spikes with the flames coming out. It's not just like, look, he can actually like produce at different points of his body. And that just brings up honorable mention, Kamui. Forgot about that.
No.
He has to change his
He's changing
just like how he uses the freaking pole, Sasuke and the fire.
You know what's happening?
Naruto has the best techniques.
Instant transmission Kamehameha Kamui, because obviously you can like go weapons through your body and stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. Obviously I took too long.
Detroit Smash from My Hero Academia. The reason I love this move so much is because he uses it against Muscular, and that moment just like it always gives me goosebumps every single freaking time I watch it. Like I know it's coming, somehow it always manages to get me. I try not to watch it too much because then I feel like it will. I'd be like, oh, just the way it looks, like the freaking green and shit, and then when like the little lights pop up, it's just hella sexy. Deku sexy. And then like you basically see like all of like how he gets to that point where he's like freaking taking L's with his arm and shit blows up. I don't know. It's a meaningful move basically.
One of my favorite moves, and I'm so mad that I can't put it as number 1.
What is it?
It's your boy Lelouch v Britannia from Code Geass. With the mind control Geass. All he has to do is look you in the eye.
Yeah.
Look you in the soul.
And then he has the Genjutsu.
Yeah, and he basically puts you in a Genjutsu from Naruto. But unlike Genjutsus, you can only do it. You can only do it once. But you straight up mind control them. You can tell them to do whatever they want, and they'll follow your orders. So if I told you right now, I'm gonna go. Then you would.
Shit, I do that without even. I'm just kidding.
Never mind.
I don't even
move on.
Now you understand how powerful this move is.
It's broken in the show because it literally gets broken in the show because midway through first season, he's talking to basically I don't know like the princess or something, right? Yeah. And he accidentally goes kill all the Japanese as a joke because she knows about his power, and guess what she does?
Nani?
This is before number 1. This is my other one.
Oh shit! That's right.
What's it called? The Flying Raijin and the Thunder God technique. Those are the English and the non-English versions from Naruto. And the reason why this is one of my favorites is because the utility of this move, right? Let's say you had it in the real world. You go anywhere. I visit Rome. Bam, put my hand on any place in Rome, right? Bam, I can instantly teleport there anytime, any place, whenever, right? Any place you touch stays there forever. It doesn't have the negative, in teleportation magics or whatever. Like Goku, he has to put his hand to his head and it has to be to another person. Other people, it just takes them literally
a while,
time, right? With Minato, it's instant.
Endless
possibilities. Kunai, think about even if you let's say you had a gun, you rubbed it on a bullet, you shot, and then you missed the person, immediately teleported behind them, shot them in the head. There's so many endless possibilities to this jutsu.
That sounds dope. Now that I think about it, it's like, oh shit, I missed it. He like just popped up and
bam, and it would be like, oh, it has utility, and it's just awesome move. So that's my number 2. It almost hit number 1.
Dang, bro, if I could make this list, bro, they'd all be moves from Naruto.
Like honestly, like they're all
no joke. Just something about them. Number 1, best of the best.
Yeah.
Or at least in our eyes, in our opinion. So don't be getting mad. My number 1 is gonna be Kirin. Keaton is my number one because when he uses it, it's all in special occasion. So Sasuke uses Keaton in 2 special occasions. 1 versus Itachi, 2 versus Naruto, and those fights by themselves are easily like in the top 10 fights of Naruto. And another reason I really like it is because it's a dragon. I mean, that shit looks dope as hell. Like just the design. The design is super clean, and then it has my favorite color, blue. Mm-hmm. Not, my favorite shade, but like that's basically it. I mean,
well,
I don't
also
know.
You think about the setup. I think it's cool that it's not like most moves where it's just like Kieran, and then they just do it. It's like he has to leave the fireballs in the air, gets the storm going, and then bam, he hits him with it.
I never noticed that.
Yeah,
I never noticed that either.
Yeah, he used the heat from the fireballs to cause the storm.
Yeah.
Well, damn, that makes it even better.
I know. There's like a whole bunch of thought put into it. It's like hella dope.
This is number 1. I don't care what you guys say. This is number 1.
Okay.
All right. Gurren Lagann. I think I've talked about this in one of our past videos.
Yeah, you did.
You should go check out what makes an anime fight good. It's from Gurren Lagann, and it happens maybe like 3 or 4 times throughout the anime. Mm-hmm. But it's the Gurren Lagann's signature move, Giga Drill Break.
I knew you said something up. He was setting it up.
I have to say it like that because the way they say it in the anime, they say. It starts transforming. The setup is it's so epic. Yeah. It sets up so well. Enunciate every syllable perfectly. It's a spectacle. Like when the drill finally pops out and spirals.
Yeah. It's like great timing.
It's great timing with the music, and it just looks crazy. Mm-hmm. And then when the clash, it's just like. But it's one of the most feel good and impactful special moves I've ever experienced in any show.
You be doing that to people out on the streets.
Giga Drill!
So man, about to fight, he's like, what's happening? What's happening? And you're all like, whoa! Anything else on the Giga Drill?
No.
Any more examples?
No more examples.
Bros will Giga Drill each other.
No more examples.
Okay, my number 1 is the revenge counter. The reason why is because you think about the full counter, right? It's from 7 Deadly Sins, right? This move's the perfect offense, the perfect defense, right? Any magical move, if they do it at Meliodas, right? Then he full counters the whole entire move back at him. So the whole entire damage will be dealt right back at the person who just dealt it. Obviously, there's so many different, ways to use this move. If you look at the 7 Deadly Sins movie, he can do basically shadow clones, basically. And so he has all of the 7 Deadly Sins, right? They all do their ultimate attack. He does full counter. He full counters it to make it into one move. Then he full counters it again to direct the whole entire move at once at an enemy. So there's so many different examples, right? But then you think about the revenge counter. Okay, first you add in, he can full counter the magical attack, but then all the damage he's encountered through the whole entire fight gets added to that. And think about any enemy, as long as he's able to survive, right? At the end of the battle, it's like the ultimate, he wins. In the anime, a lot of people are saying, but it didn't work. It's because that enemy specifically, obviously, if you fight that enemy, then if you have any malice towards him, all moves, you get weak basically. But with this move, all the damage you're taking towards the fight, everything the enemy's done to you, including their final attack they're trying to end you with, all gets redirected back at them. It's the perfect defense, the perfect offense for almost all scenarios. So you guys have to subscribe. You guys have to what else? What else we have you guys to do?
Like the video.
And comment.
And comment. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. Like the video.
Also check out our podcast on Spotify and all that good stuff.
Yep. And subscribe to PewDiePie.